We got sunshine in our pockets, feel the sand between our toes. Waves are crashing like a rocket. This is how our freedom.
Good morning. I am just over halfway through my 10-kilometer run this morning. I started at about 10:15 and I'm about 5.5 kilometers in so far. Both my headphones were dead this morning, unfortunately. So I'm just out here with my thoughts, which is not bad. It's feeling pretty good. Nice to be turned around and heading back. Now the only way to go is back, so I have no other options, but it's beautiful and sunny outside today. The path I'm on is not all that exciting, but at least I'm not by the road right now. The first 2.5 kilometers are along the side of the road, which isn't the most exciting, but that's okay again. It was about +6 when I started, so I'm just wearing my vest and leggings. I didn't bring any water with me on this run, but it's probably almost +10 right now. It is definitely springtime. It's feeling really nice out here. I feel like I want to do something outside today. I don't know if I'll have time to do that, but at least I am getting in this run outside. So I'm just gonna walk down my heart rate a tiny bit more and then I will be back on my way.
In the air, every moment sweet and lingers. Summer magic everywhere. Dance all night under the moon.
10 kilometers done. I will throw my stats up on the screen here, but I am going to go shower and drink some water now.
The moon. Sing our hearts out to the stars. Summer days that end too soon. Writing memories on our scars.
My lips are always so dry, but I have not even formally started this vlog yet today, but here I am. I am back with another day in the life vlog. It is now about 2:30. I finished my 10K run this morning. I started that at around 10:15 and then came home. I did have some lunch that I forgot to film, and Johnny and I had to go out and run a quick errand just to pick up a part for his car. And I got in some snoogles with Mr. Fig. I meant to start doing my meal prep, I think at like 2 o'clock, but I'm gonna start some meal prep right now and show you guys that. And then I think we're gonna head out in like an hour and go get a coffee from Starbucks. Before I do anything else, I need to drink some more water. And the dishwasher is just about to finish. There we go. You might see some steam. But I'm going to fill up my water quickly.
Jumping off the dock together, splashing in the
First thing I want to do is throw these in the air fryer. These, I've never had these before. They're just from Walmart. I'm gonna have 6 with my meals, which will be 150 calories, but for 4, it's 100 calories. And it says just to put it in the oven at 400. I'm gonna do the air fryer for 10 to 15 minutes, so super easy. So I'm gonna throw these in the air fryer quickly, and I'm gonna use these to make a Greek kind of bowl meal. So into the air fryer with just a piece of tin foil that I did a quick spray to, I'm going to do 18. I'm going to do 3 servings of 6.
lake so clear, sunset painting skies of amber, and these moments.
And it just comes with a big bag, so I'm just going to clip this shut and put it back into the freezer. It says it comes with a minimum of 60, which seems a little weird. I guess it goes by weight. So I should get I should hopefully get 10 servings out of this. If not, maybe like 6 to 8 servings if I decide to do more than 6 per serving.
Lose all fear. Fireflies light up the evening, whisper secrets, make a wish in the street.
The alarm on the dishwasher goes on for so long. So I think I mentioned this in a previous video. It doesn't look or sound great when I tell you what this is, but it actually tastes delicious. This is Greek yogurt with protein powder and psyllium husk, and it honestly has kind of like, it's almost like a cheesecake consistency, and I just top it with a little bit of this sugar-free 0-calorie syrup, and I have it with berries, and it gets me some protein and some fiber for about 200 calories. So I just do a little drizzle of this. That was even a lot. And I will eat those after work on Saturday and Sunday. Same breakfast that I always have. I'm adding 1 scoop of this lemon flavored protein powder to each, and I will mix that in, and they both have about 75 grams of berries. I'm gonna mix those up, and I will top it with powdered peanut butter. Preparing your oatmeal, like your hot oatmeal ahead of time, actually works really well. I don't like overnight oats, but I fully cook these, get these ready, and then the morning that I'm gonna eat them, I just microwave it for a minute, give it a quick stir, and it's always good to go. And then to make the powdered peanut butter, I just take 15 grams, which is about, it says it's 2.5 tablespoons, but I just weigh it. And I'm gonna mix this up in a separate container, and then I will just kind of pour it on top. 1 portion, I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water. I try to get the perfect ratio every time. I like it to be like creamy, not too thick, not too runny, but if you add like a tiny bit too much water, it comes out pretty runny. So this time it came out pretty drizzly, but that's okay. Yeah, it's a little bit too runny, so we'll see if for the next bowl, if I can make it more creamy. This time is like the opposite, and it's kind of on the thick side, but I don't want to add any more water and end up making it super runny. So we'll do 1 runny one and 1 creamier one. But I was just thinking, as I was getting this ready, that you could try adding this sugar-free syrup as your liquid to the powdered peanut butter, and I bet that would make it taste really good. I've never done that before, but I might try that tomorrow morning. So this one looks a lot more like actual peanut butter. The other one looks like watered down, runny peanut butter. But I'm gonna especially clean this out and get as much in my oats as possible. For my Greek bowls for the base, I'm doing iceberg lettuce, spinach, cucumber, and onion. So I'm just gonna add cucumbers and onion. And the meatballs are fully cooked, so I probably didn't even need to air fry them right now, but they've defrosted. So I'm gonna put them on the side. Okay, we are walking to Starbucks. It's 3:15 now, and it is plus 14 outside. It looks like a little bit breezy, but we walked there the other day, and I was overdressed. So I'm just gonna put on my light jacket over my t-shirt, and I think it's about a 15-20 minute walk to get to Starbucks from our house. So we'll walk there, walk back, and enjoy the nice weather and get some extra steps. And I need to catch up a little bit on my water. And I'm like 99% done. My meal prep, it went very smooth, very easy today. But I will wrap that up when we come home. And I'm gonna eat a snack probably when we come home. And yeah, I do have to still make my supper for dinner later. So I guess I could make that when I come home so it's ready to go as well. But I'm probably just gonna air fry a chicken burger tonight, so it's pretty easy. But that's kind of the plan for now. Alright, so I got my venti cold brew with light ice, and I added my own caramel sugar-free syrup to this. It's pretty good. I prefer the McDonald's cold brew. I think that their coffee is not as dark or bitter. But anyways, now that we're back home, to go with this, I wanted to make a little snack, and I feel like something kind of sweet would be good. So I'm gonna try making, I saw this recipe on Pinterest. It is a cottage cheese mug cake, which sounds a little bit gross, but I think it'll be pretty good. I have cottage cheese to use up, and I haven't eaten a lot of fat today, and this has a whole egg in it, so that should be good. Mr. Fig is eating his snack right now. You can kind of see him in the corner of the screen there. And he is, you might hear him munching away, but he's a little bit behind on his meals today, so. This is pretty simple to make. It calls for 1 egg. I'm gonna microwave it in this glass container, and I just sprayed this with a little bit of pan spray, like nonstick spray. Mix everything up in this bowl, and then I will pour it in here. So 1 egg, half a cup of cottage cheese, and my cottage cheese in here is still blended cottage cheese, and half a cup is 125 grams. I really like sweet cottage cheese, not as much savory. I feel like I haven't really, though, explored like, whoops, that's a little bit too much, but that's okay, the potential of savory cottage cheese, but I do like sweet, so. And then I'm going to add a splash of vanilla. The recipe doesn't actually call for this, but obviously vanilla is always great in everything. And then 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, here is the cat, is 10 grams. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of, wait, you're gonna knock it over, my guy? My tripod is a little precarious, and I don't want you to knock it over. Come, there's still food in here. I only have fruit flavored protein powder, so I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter. And lastly, I'm going to add 1 sweetener package. So then I'm just gonna mix all of this together, and it just says to microwave it for 90 seconds, and we'll see what that turns out like. So that's what the batter looks like. Not super great looking, but it smells really good. It's basically like a flourless microwave cake. The mixture on its own before it's cooked tastes really good. So if this is not good, I feel like I could just make chocolate flavored, like mix cocoa powder and sweetener into my blended cottage cheese, and that would be a sufficient snack. So that's the result after 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the microwave. So definitely more than 90 seconds, and it's still like pretty much raw in the middle, but I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. It says it's like a gooey center cake. I feel like if I keep microwaving it, it's just gonna not come out great. So I think this would be good with like berries on top, or maybe Cool Whip would be good. I'm just gonna put a little sugar-free syrup on here because I feel like, whoa, everything tastes good with sugar-free syrup. And I might need a spoon to eat this with, but that is gonna be my snack to go with my cold brew. Okay, I'm eating my cottage cheese cake with my cold brew. It's actually pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I would give it, I mean, I would eat it again. I think I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. It's a tasty, high protein, healthy-ish sweet. Obviously, I'd rather have a real treat. Like, I wouldn't use this in place of like a sweet or a dessert, but just as a snack, it's pretty good. And in combination with the cold brew, I think the combination of cold brew and cottage cheese chocolate flourless microwave cake is a 7 out of 10. So it goes from a 6 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10. So pretty good. I would eat it again. But I also have like a very sweet tooth, so anything that is remotely sweet is pretty satisfying to me.
together, splashing in the lake so clear. Sunset painting skies of amber. In these moments, lose all fear. Fireflies light up the evening, whisper secrets, make a wish. In this dream we're never leaving. Heartbeats follow every swish.
Supper time. I'm having my chicken burger and it's lettuce wrap with my homemade French fries. My lettuce wrap is a bit excessive for the size of my burger, but I need to practice my lettuce bun skills because this is a bit ridiculous, but let's give this a try. I just need to use the smaller lettuce leaves on the head of lettuce, but this was a fresh head of lettuce, so the outside leaves were all I had. Like, I didn't want to peel them all off to get smaller ones, so that's okay. More lettuce for me. I don't know if it's the cats making loud noises or if that's coming from the garage, but I am really behind on my water intake for today. I usually try to have this bottle of water done by 3 o'clock. I say that I'm like probably 50% consistent with that, but I have been doing a good job about really increasing my water intake, so I want to finish this and drink one more 40-ounce bottle of water tonight. And maybe have a cup of tea. And it's 7:30 and I'm going to go to bed probably by like 10 o'clock tonight, so I just finished my supper, which was really good. The homemade fries I made, I put like seasoning salt on them and they were a little bit salty for me. My little figgy man is here. I am just like still really going back and forth on like what my fitness goals are and what I really want to prioritize and what kind of like messaging I want to share through my channel, but I also just want to like be honest and share my own journey, and right now that has been like a lot of back and forth. I went from like 2 weeks ago being like I'm working out 5 days a week, I'm running as much as I need to improve my half marathon, and then I took my deload week last week, and then this week I on Monday was just like I don't want to work out twice a day. I don't want to work out in the morning and then go for a run again in the evening, and I was doing that like most days. So then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do 4 days a week of resistance training, and then I was like, I just don't feel like this is sustainable for me, and I feel like I'm heading in a direction of I'm just gonna stop again. And I also don't want to feel like I have to like really grind to be consistent. So then this week I changed my mind again. I was like, okay, I only want to do 1 session a day. I will do 3 runs a week, 3 resistance training days a week, and then I'm going to take a rest day once a week, which is good. And then I did my first like full body day, and it was just like I was 3 exercises in and it was already 45 minutes, and I had like 4 more exercises to go, because sometimes I find when you're doing like a full body split, in order to do the volume that I feel like I need to do, I just feel like I have to be in the gym forever. So then I cut that workout short and was like, okay, I just need to like reset and figure out what is going to be actually realistic. Like, sure, on paper it's great if I could do 10 to 20 sets of every muscle group that I want to grow, which is basically everywhere, but that just, I don't want to be in the gym for like more than an hour. And like last time I vlogged, I think I was talking about practicing posing, and then I messaged like Johnny last week and I was like, or at the start of this week, and I was like, I don't want to do posing anymore. I just feel like I'm asking too much output from myself. So anyways, now I've decided I will do a 3-day split and just really prioritize pushing myself in the gym with a lot less volume. So I have 4 different days, but I'm going to do it as 3 days a week. So week 1 will be like day 1, 2, 3, and then week 2 is like day 4, 1, 2. So that's my plan currently. Possibly the next time you see me that will have changed, but I want to enjoy my half marathon. I want to feel strong in the gym. I am really like leaning away from bodybuilding and competing, and I just want to find a lifestyle that feels sustainable for me. And I had the same kind of feelings towards my diet as well. I think I'm gonna maybe make a separate video and talk about this actually, because I am just like so back and forth with my diet and really kind of like struggling to get out of the all or nothing mindset. So I do actually feel like I'm making progress this week. It's only Wednesday, but with kind of navigating like what a sustainable healthy diet is going to look like for me. And I would really like to work towards not calorie counting and tracking, but also just like accepting the fact that like I want to prioritize health and nutrition. And I think for me to get away from calorie counting is going to be a very like metered, controlled process to get to a normal way of eating, versus in the past I've just been like, okay, I'm just gonna stop tracking and I'm just gonna listen to my body and I'll eat what I want, or I'll even do like an eating schedule, and I just haven't had success with that. So I'm definitely still navigating what a healthy diet's gonna look like for me. I'm still kind of navigating how I feel in my body and like what my health and fitness goals are. I am kind of having that sense of I want to focus on performance, what I'm capable of, how I'm feeling, instead of being so fixated on how I look. But there's definitely some things that I need to work on. Like, for example, I have a lot of clothes from when I was like my absolute smallest that I really took the time to like feel good about those clothes and kind of feel like I have more of a personal sense of style. And then now in my current body, I don't have a lot of clothes that I own that fit me. And I've kind of had this mindset of like, I will dress cute and be more stylish when I get back to a size that allows me to wear those clothes. And I mean, I try to be also like sensitive to the fact that like for me, this weight fluctuation is like 20 to 30 pounds. I understand that a lot of people have much bigger weight gain and weight loss, but for me, with my current weight, I've kind of been like, okay, I need to drop 10 pounds, and then from there I'll work on my next 10 pounds. And this sort of like, when I lose weight, I'll get back to wearing these, I'll get back to feeling good about the way I look, even though in a lot of ways right now, like I see my body and I'm like, I like the way I look. So I've kind of been like pushing and pulling in my mind with, do I take the time to build a wardrobe that fits this body? Like, how do I navigate that? And I feel like maybe that's something that I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about or like hearing other people's perspectives on, but it's kind of crazy to have to feel like you're having to have completely different wardrobes depending on the size of body you have, and just how that can affect you mentally, because that's something that's in your face every day of like, I have to get dressed, these clothes are tight, is that a bad thing? And like my immediate response is like, oh no, my clothes aren't fitting as well, so that's a bad thing. And so it's just kind of figuring out how to deal with that in a healthy way, because I know there has to be a middle ground between being like extremely rigid, black and white, eating perfect calories in a big calorie deficit, getting 20,000 steps a day, doing hours and hours of cardio, versus not paying any attention to the quality of food that I'm eating as much as I want, having frequent binge eating episodes, and just feeling like inflamed, uncomfortable, digestive issues, nauseous. My relationship with exercise has been relatively good, but just going from like being absolutely perfect to just like self-sabotage basically. Like it's not even like I'm just on the other end, like letting go and not caring. It's like almost doing it from a place of like hatred and anger, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think I need to make a separate like sit down video where I kind of talk through some of the things that are going on with me and like my dieting experience and my body experience and sort of what I want to work towards, especially as someone who wants to promote health and well-being, and that like when I look at it from the perspective of other people, it makes so much sense, and then when I try to apply it to myself, sometimes it can be a big struggle. But that's kind of just where my thoughts are right now. So I think that I'm going to try and get up early tomorrow and do some like chores around the house, because that's something I've kind of been neglecting. But I have this sort of romanticized idea that I'm going to either stay up late or get up early, put an audiobook on, and like clean the house for 2 hours, and that's actually going to be like very satisfying to do. So I think I'm going to plan to do that early morning tomorrow. Since I work Saturday and Sunday, it would be worthwhile for me to wake up earlier tomorrow rather than stay up late tonight. So that's kind of where I'm at for right now. I might work on editing my last vlog for a little bit and then have my cheesecake, and then it'll be almost time to go to sleep.
Dance all night under the moon, sing our hearts out to the stars.
I look so ginormous with my hoodie on, but it's so nice and cozy. I think this might be a tiny bit crooked. Almost done. My last bottle of water. I didn't have any tea. This will put me at like 3.5 liters, which is not ideal, but it's okay. We're doing the best that we can. It's almost 10 o'clock now. I've gotten like 90% of my next YouTube video edited, so that ended up going really well. My sister's fiance, which feels kind of funny to say, and his friend are here, and Johnny's down with them right now working on fixing Johnny's vehicle. So it hasn't been like our usual evening where we kind of just chill, so I was just on the computer working on YouTube this evening, which was good to get a little bit ahead. But like I mentioned earlier, I kind of want to try and get up early tomorrow and just get some housework done, because I'm a little bit behind on that. So I am ready for some sleep. I'm pretty tired out. I got 20,000 steps today, which I was not anticipating. I'm thinking if my sister's off tomorrow, not working tomorrow, I think I'll do something with her, and if not, I am going to try and go for another run tomorrow because I am working this weekend. So I would like to get some sleep, but still want to wake up early, so I don't know. But I got my meal prep done, and I got my 10K run done today, so that's a success. And I do feel tired, so I feel like I'm gonna have a good sleep. But that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for another day in my life. I promise that in time there will be more direction to these videos, but for now I'm just bringing you guys along as I work on figuring things out for myself. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know any questions, any thoughts that you have in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you are not already subscribed, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. That is it for tonight. I'm gonna go cozy up in bed and maybe start reading a book. Thank you guys so much for coming along, and I will see you guys in the next one. Keep going and keep chasing after your goals. Bye.